Don't worry, Nebulant. You'll get exactly what I'm gonna give you. Hello everyone. Welcome to the pre-show where I finish getting everything ready for the stream. I'm mostly done though. We're good. We're good. Things are going well. I think I'm finally about ready. Does everything sound okay, guys? Can you hear me okay? Is the music too loud or too quiet? Please let me know. It's a little hard for me to test that on my end. Who's there? It couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Sounds good enough. Good enough is like the baseline of what I aim for, so I'll take that. Hello everyone. Geo with the 4 years. Wow. Thanks, man. 4 years. I'm pretty sure that's gotta be the max. It's gotta be the max. Nebulant, thank you so much for the 31 months, man. You guys are awesome. Great to see you guys too. Tenno, glad to have you around. Russ, you as well. Thanks for hopping in, man. Perestroika turned out really well. Did it? Did it? Just unpackaged this right before the stream. Haven't even opened it up yet. Should I open it up now? You guys want to see this now? I guess we haven't officially started yet. I'll do a slight pre-stream kind of unboxing of this just so we can see. I don't know if we're going to use it today, but it did come in today. I better use it tonight? How did it not cut? What the heck? Are you using it tonight? You better. I need to see it. I don't know if I'm using it tonight. You gotta remember that my camera is not necessarily the most color accurate. At least the settings that I currently use probably aren't the most color accurate. What I mean to say is, don't necessarily let this stream dictate the way Perestroika looks. I have yet to see this in person. This is going to be a first for me. I've seen a couple pictures from like people in the EU and stuff that have already received their sets, and I gotta tell you, it looks phenomenal in pictures that I've seen so far. So I'm very much looking forward to this as well. Project Keyboard, thank you so much for the tier 1. Is that you, Josh? Did you create a business Twitch account now? I like it. It just happens to be as I'm opening up Perestroika. Gotta be professional. Fair enough. Oh my gosh. That is much darker than I was even expecting. Wow. It comes through fairly well on stream, actually. If anything, the stream makes it look maybe even a little lighter. But my gosh, this is even darker than I was expecting. I'm into this. I'm really into this. I have no idea how it'll look on this board that we're building today, so I wasn't planning on using it today. But maybe we'll try it out. We'll get to the keycap portion. We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. Do subs count as a business expense? Sure, Fortuna just opened their set as well. It does look super good, and I'm really glad we have the non-Latin legends here too. I'm glad that the base kit wasn't like Latin legends with some or like, you know, Cyrillic sub-legends or something. I'm glad that we're kind of getting like the full Cyrillic experience here. I'm really into that. Man, that is clean, my guys. This is clean. I can't wait to get this on a board. You know what? You know what this could go on? You know what this could go on? If we don't use it today, it'll get used soon, guys. Don't worry, don't worry. But you know what this could totally go on? As I attempt to grab it, is another teaser I actually have for you guys. What color? Oh, I'm glad you asked. The right color for this board. This is the beige. The beige Saturn 60. Just got this in the other day. I opened it up and kind of played around with it a little bit, but I haven't really done anything with it. But that could be kind of cool. Perestroika on beige. I think that could be high potential. Also got this lovely note alongside the board from Ace. Hope you love this chonker. I'm sure I will, man. I'm sure I will. I can't wait to build this. This will most likely be the next Mental Health Monday stream. Which, interestingly enough, may or may not be the Monday after this one, so a week from now. I might actually do it sometime later this week. I'm unsure. A lot of things to kind of go over. But I'll talk more about that as we officially begin the stream here momentarily. Like good darker? Yes, like good darker. I like it a lot. I think it looks super cool. For some reason I thought it was going to be lighter, but I think that was just you know, renders and my monitors. Because it looked dark in renders and pictures and stuff, but it didn't look this dark to me. But I'm really into that. I like the really dark kind of red vibes. I think it's good stuff. The fact that you don't automatically get sets that you work on, Neb, kind of surprises me. I feel like if I were a vendor and you were doing color work for me, I would just automatically be giving you a set of it. But maybe that's not what. Maybe that's why I'm not a vendor. Who knows? But yeah, beige will work really well. I think that's a good combo. So I think that's going to be the next build stream after this one. So we'll work on the Saturn 60, GMK Perestroika. Should go really, really nice together. Keep Noob, hello! Glad to have you around. How you doing today? Are you streaming today too? You usually stream like right after me, right? In like an hour or so? Hour or two? I think Neb prefers cash. Neb's all about that money. Okay, is it 5 yet? Okay, it's 5. We can officially start here in a second, and I'll talk about what's going on today, as well as kind of what's coming up. Stream on Mondays at 6. Yeah, I started a little bit late today. Today's stream shouldn't take like super long though. Everything's like more or less already prepped for it, so it's gonna kind of just be a very smooth assembly in theory. So it should be a pretty nice, smooth sailing stream today, guys. But anyways, hello, welcome. I should probably wait till like more people are in here, but I'll do the intro now anyway since I kind of started the pre-show early. But hello, everyone, welcome to another Mental Health Monday, a series where I do keyboard stuff, and we also talk a little openly and honestly about mental health issues, both my own and the fact that they exist, which a lot of people don't actually know. So it's kind of a good time to spread some awareness and talk about it a little bit. You know, no judgment here, no stigma here. Just good times, good vibes, and you know, hopefully we can kind of just relax and feel some comfort from each other. And yeah, do some keyboard things as well. This is also sort of an excuse, if I'm being honest, to kind of go through and do a lot of things in my collection as well. A lot of things that I've sort of just put off and never really got around to it. And I feel like, you know, I own so many nice keyboards. It's kind of disrespectful for me to build them up, be unhappy with them, and just set them on my shelf for weeks or months or years. So I kind of want to try to start perfecting a lot of my keyboards, and that's part of what this series is about. And we're taking another whack at the Fjell today. So the Fjell is something. Let me go ahead and swap views. The Fjell is something that I've had in my collection for a while now. I've had a couple different iterations of it. This is a round 5 Fjell. This is not the newest round, but it might as well be. Pretty much the same as far as I'm aware. So round 5 Fjell. This is the E Ultra Hot color, which in my eyes, probably top 2 or 3, or maybe even my favorite color in the keyboard community that I've ever owned. So I think this is absolutely spectacular. Fjell, obviously an iconic board. I know some people out there are going to say things like, oh, it's only a tray mount, and yes, it is a tray mount. However, I think as far as tray mount goes, this is very much an iconic, legendary one, and kind of towards the pinnacle of what tray mount can be in a lot of instances. So yeah, love this board. Looking forward to hopefully, you know, kind of putting this together into a more perfect format. This board has been rebuilt a couple times, including earlier on in this Mental Health Monday series. I think it was, gosh, I don't know, a couple months ago, perhaps? I don't remember exactly when I originally did it, but it came out pretty well, but there were a couple things I wanted to tweak that I wasn't fully happy with, and I'm glad to say that today, hopefully, we can actually get that done. So, very much looking forward to that. Should be a pretty good time. Holy crap, what just happened? We got raided, oh my gosh. Oh, it's lightning! Oh, Diego, thank you so much, man. You're far too kind. Hope you had a lovely stream. I was kind of lurking a bit earlier. Hopefully your stream went well. No raid message? Is that the raid message? There is no raid message? Don't worry, I don't have a raid message either. You're way more professional than I am. Thank you so much, Lightning. You are far, far too kind. Welcome, all of you new people, towards the beginning of my stream. One where we're very honest, transparent, and open-minded about mental health issues, as well as keyboarding. So we're gonna be doing a bit of Fjell build today with a couple new parts that I got, including a very interesting plate by a new kind of company in keyboards called Trilobite. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Trilobite. This is run by Decinodont. Who I think I pronounced the name wrong every single time, but I think he might be in chat or he might be joining us somewhere throughout this stream. But yeah, so we have a new plate from Trilobite, and this is a triple ply cherry wood veneer that's been vacuum bagged with epoxy. So this is a very kind of unique plate, and it's kind of been tuned through a few different iterations to not only be kind of stronger, but have a very unique kind of resonance. So this won't necessarily sound like other wood plates, perhaps. It's definitely a very interesting twist on it. So many words, I know. It really is a lot of words, but this should be pretty freaking awesome. It has a little cutout so switches can clip in. Very, very interesting stuff. So very much looking forward to this. I believe it's 1.5 millimeter, whatever the standard thickness is. I'm pretty sure it's that, which I think is 1.5. We have a fixed layout, except for the caps lock location. We can do stepped or normal. So, pretty cool. Should be a pretty awesome plate. Very much looking forward to this. This is going to be kind of unlike any other plate I've ever tried before, so I think it should be pretty awesome here. Helps reading when it's that wordy. Yeah, I put it as the build command as well, so I know it's kind of a lot of words to digest there, but this is definitely a little different from your standard aluminum plate or brass plate or, you know, polycarbonate plate. This is definitely something a little different, and I think the sound is going to be particularly unique and enjoyable, if I do say so myself. So very much looking forward to that. We're also going to be using some O-rings as well to kind of, you know, give it a bit of a take on a gasket mount experience, I guess you could say. We're also going to be using just 4 posts. So the Fjells on this round, I think even round 4 and on, have removable middle posts. So we remove the middle one and the kind of bottom spacebar post as well. So we just have the 4 posts, 2 on the outside each, and that should go over pretty well. Posture check? Did I miss it? I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to like always check my posture. I fix it and then like I wind up just slouching down like throughout the stream because I'm just terrible about that. It is 3mm thick. Okay, yes, that makes sense. It does look a little chonkier than I was expecting, but very nice, very nice. Perfect layout on that plate. Yes, we got the full backspace as well as the 7U kind of Sangon bottom row. Very much looking forward to this. You definitely break that on accident. Well, hopefully I don't. Hopefully I don't break this on accident. Missing split backspace. Oh, come on. Come on. Regular backspace is classy. Nothing against split backspace, though. Dolt shirt is sick. That's right. Rip Mountain Blocks. Shout out to the homie. Dolt shirt is the best shirt I own. Yeah, the NK ones are pretty cool too. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to get started momentarily, guys. Just a quick review on what happened last week, since that's something I try to keep in mind. Last week, we tested a couple different Gateron switches that we haven't tried out yet. So we tried the Gateron Silver Blizzards, which I have in here currently, using those stock to kind of A, break them in, and B, just try to get a bit of a reference point on how much I like them. And I'm happy to say that I really like the Silver Blizzards. Even stock, I think they're pretty good. They definitely need lube for sound purposes, I think, but overall, really, really happy with the Gateron Silver Blizzards. We also tried out the X1 Pros, which I have pretty high expectations of once I get them on a board, which I haven't yet. But these will actually most likely go on the Saturn 60 that I was kind of showing off in the pre-show that I got in just the other day. So hopefully these will go with that. Should be pretty awesome, but these feel freaking amazing. Even stock, they're kind of like partially lubed, whatever you want to call them. But that should be pretty awesome. So very much looking forward to trying those out. Gateron switches, man, they're fighting back lately. You know, everyone's kind of all about the JWK and stuff, and I get that, but Gateron's swinging hard right now with a lot of the new offerings that they have. Really good stuff. So yeah, that's what happened last week. Look forward to more updates on those switches, and hopefully the coming weeks. But of course, this is what we're working on today. The E Ultra Hot Fjell. We are going to be reusing the same switches I had in there before, because darn it, I think they're fantastic, and I think they go really well with this particular setup. And I'm hoping the sound should play very, very, very nicely with this particular plate. So these are Kale Creams from Novel Keys. These are from the original batch, so these are like the Generation 1, Batch 1 creams from the production units, and they are superb. I know a lot of people talk about new creams these days and how they're very scratchy and they're just not as good. I haven't really experienced those, but I've heard a lot of questionable things like that, and that's just kind of what happens, you know, after you use a mold for so long. It's sort of just bound to go that way until you refresh it. At least that's kind of how it seems historically. So these are like the creme de la creme, pun intended there, of creams. So these are super duper good, super duper smooth. They have like zero friction, and they should be pretty freaking awesome. There's a new keyboard tag? You're kidding, right? Seriously? I mean, it's about time, because, like, let's be real. We've had keyboard streams for a while, and I mean, Teha types alone should be, like, you know, enough to warrant a keyboard tag. I'll be darned. There's a keycaps and a keyboard tag now. That's amazing. All right, I'm updating that. Phenomenal. Thank you so much for pointing that out. That's awesome. Twitch finally showing that the keyboard community exists. I mean, heck, we're bigger than a lot of their other communities, I think. At least some of them. Thank you so much for the sub, Ray, for the 41 months, man. DN, huh? It's always DN with you. I never doubted you, Keeb Noob. Never doubted you for a second. We finally got it. That's awesome. That's awesome. It really is. I'll definitely remember to keep using that one. It'll probably be a while before people start, like, really actively searching with it, but it'll be cool. It'll pay off big in the future. All right, yeah, so we can kind of get this build started. Some of you might have already noticed that I have an unopened bottle of whiskey next to me, and I have this next to me because it was very, 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 very graciously provided by the same person that sent me this plate. So very, very nice guy. Sent me some whiskey to drink alongside the build as I try out the plate. And this is, a lot of you guys might know that I don't really drink much these days, and that's still kind of true. I didn't swear off alcohol or anything, but I only have a couple drinks a month now at most, so this is going to be one of them. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. This is one I've never had before. I kind of pride myself on trying a lot of different whiskeys and stuff, so always cool to see one I haven't tried. But this is Old Pulteney, I believe is how it's pronounced, and this is a 12-year single malt scotch. So there you go. I don't know too much about this one because I've never had it or seen it before. But we'll be trying that as well. some nice Glencairn glasses as well. Love to see that. So yeah, we'll pop that open, we'll pour a glass, and we'll get started on this build, guys. Sorry it's taken me so long here. And I'm sorry for starting late as well. I was kind of waiting... I was waiting for this plate to arrive in the mail, actually. How do you like that scotch? I haven't tried it yet. So we'll see. We'll see. I feel like I've had very few scotches that I didn't like. So I think it's probably safe to say, like, it's got to be at least somewhat good, right? When was the last time you had, like, a bad scotch? A terrible scotch? Pretty sure we're made out of the biggest portion of makers and crafting. I think so too, right? I mean, when you have people, especially like Teha types and, you know, a lot of the bigger streamers. All right, so we'll have like one, maybe two glasses throughout this stream. We'll see of this lovely whiskey. So yeah. Cheers to all of you. Cheers to Decidedant for providing me with this whiskey and sending over this awesome plate as well. You guys are all awesome. Cheers to all of you. Of course, you don't need to cheers with anything alcoholic. You can water, whatever you got. Hydro homies, we don't discriminate here. Cheers to all of you. You guys are phenomenal. I appreciate every last one of you. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. That's really, really smooth, really clean. Nice sweetness at the end, too. Wow. Ooh. Love that. Harsha in chat as well. What's up, man? How you doing? I gotta get this build started. I've been like sitting here enjoying the luxuries of life for too many minutes now. I need to get started. That's nice. Hydrate. Okay, I'm sorry guys. I see it now. I always have lots of water on standby. You know, courtesy of Mechanisk and their collaboration with Hydro Flask. I'm gonna slip in an ad spot whenever I can, right? Shout out to Mechanisk. Scotch tasting stream? I don't know if I can do that. That sounds dangerous. Anyways, let's actually get started here. So we'll say a temporary farewell to Chi, our lovely wholesome mental health kitty. Move this out of the way, and we'll get started on the build today, which again should be a relatively seamless kind of build here. Should be pretty quick and pretty easy because I've kind of taken this apart and put it together multiple times now, and tray mount builds tend to be kind of fast. So once again, quick rundown of the parts. We have the E Ultra Hot Fjell Round 5, as you can see here. I have the 386th serialization there. We have a WT60D PCB, definitely one of my favorite PCBs. And we're also using some interesting new stabilizers. So I have some of these new Gateron ink stabilizers, which I haven't tried before. I got these at Thockeys.com, if anyone's wondering. And I already have those lubed and put on here. We haven't tried these yet, but hopefully they're pretty good. We'll put the plate on, we'll put a couple switches in a test, and we'll get to building. But definitely need to try out those stabilizers first. And of course, we have the one of the probably the most interesting part of today's build actually is this plate by Trilobite, and this is the triple ply cherry veneer that's been vacuum bagged with epoxy. So very interesting kind of hybrid wood epoxy plate, and that should be pretty awesome. And then we have some Novelties creams, again batch 1, generation run, whatever you want to call them. Really, really nice old creams. Very, very smooth. Should be spectacular. Commission. Oh, I don't have any, I don't, like, advertise commissions. I do take on commissions sometimes here and there when people ask. which does happen like somewhat regularly, but I don't really advertise it. It's just more like you know, sometimes I build boards for other people, but I'm not. I don't know. There's a lot of build streamers out there that pretty much like exclusively build boards for other people, and sometimes I do that, but it's not always. Not always. Hydro homies, easy clap. You're damn right. That's nice. How much might it be? Oh, I don't know. It kind of depends on the build. I'd like to think I'm probably significantly cheaper than most other people. As I've said that, I've seen other build streamers that do it for free, so I guess I can't really say I'm the cheapest. But yeah, it depends on the build. I don't know. Sometimes I'll charge like 20 bucks. Sometimes I'll charge like 40 or 50 if it's like maybe a little bit more complicated. If there's switch looping involved, that's kind of a different story as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started on this. So I'm gonna put some switches in. We're gonna try out the stabilizers. Make sure they're all up to snuff here before we assemble this. I did lube the stabilizers before the stream, and they seem to come out pretty well. But I haven't actually tried them in this setting yet, so that's where we're gonna start. Let's hear them. We will. I'm just gonna put some switches in. We'll put some caps on. Put a couple caps on these spots. I'm just popping a couple switches for stabilization here. How are you guys doing today? Everyone doing well? I know it's Monday, but that's why we have Mental Health Mondays. Gotta make sure we're looking out for each other. We're a family here. How's clipping? These are the stabilizers? The stabilizers are screw-in. Or do you mean the switches? Because the switches clip into the plate because there's the cutouts for them on the underside. I'm just throwing in a few switches so we can test the stabilizers real quick, and then we'll move right on. Clip into the plate? Yeah, these clip into the plate. Does it feel nice and secure? Yeah. Yes, it does. I would say so, yeah. It feels like I'm using a thinner plate without the need for cutouts, so I mean, that's kind of what you want, right? It's kind of like when your stabilizers feel like nothing. That's kind of like the ideal outcome. Yeah. They seem to clip in relatively easily. They don't seem to be too tight or too loose. They clip in. They don't pull out. Your stream is having issues? Uh-oh. I have a couple skipped frames. Let's see. Let's see if we can help that here. Give me a second, guys. I might be able to fix that. It's a slideshow? Really? I'm not really sure what it could even be. Am I still frozen for you guys? It's better now? Why the heck would it be better now? I don't know if it's on my side or not. Like, it might be could be Twitch. I could try lowering my bit rate, I guess. Oh, I think I'd have to restart stream for that. It's better now. Okay, we'll hope it stays better. I'm not really sure what it even could have been, to be honest with you. I'm not really doing anything differently than I normally do. I don't know. We'll continue with it, and hopefully everything's good. And if it's not, we'll revisit it. But cheers, guys. Always blame the Twitch gods, right? It can never be my fault. It has to be Twitch's. It can never be my fault. All right. Got some switches in there. Let's test with some keycaps. I guess we can just... I don't know, use 7U. I think for the sake of this, we'll use a couple perestroika caps just because I have them out already, and that's convenient. I like convenient. The internet tubes all clogged up. Yeah, I'm a boomer, right? So it's like I gotta blame it on the interwebs. It's always the interwebs' fault. God, it's just such a deep red. Wow. That's really pretty, though. I'm excited for these. And because I love you? Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I love you, so obviously the interwebs have problems. Logic checks out to me. I'm totally cool. I'm totally cool with blaming Twitch, though. I'm all about that. Oh, I love you, so use perestroika. Okay, sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. Makes sense to me. All right. Sounding pretty good across the whole board. I like that. Splitting right shift but not backspace one turn. What? Is this like... Why is this so hard? Wait, is there lagging issues again for everyone? OBS just told me there's more skipped frames. What the heck? What is going on right now? I think OBS is just playing tricks on me. Do you EPSI mod? What is... I'm not sure what EPSI mod is, so I don't think I do. I'm not always caught up on like all the cool new modification trends. Stabilizers are just lubed. All right. Doing pretty good so far. Any good textured caps? Do you mean like a rougher texture? Some PBT caps have like more texture to them, depending on how much you're looking for. You could try something like Enjoy PBT. Maybe like CRP. A lot of people like CRP as well. Enjoy PBT ABS. Yeah. ABS is going to smooth out more during use though than PBT will. So like, depending on how fast you can kind of shine up a key set. I know some people can kind of do it after just a couple days, and you know, some people it might take several months of daily use. But I mean, that texture is gonna kind of wear off and get smoother and shinier, right? So if you want something that's gonna hold its texture, you kind of want to stick with PBT, I would think. It's gonna be a lot more longevity with that texture, at least. Turning into a CRP simp. I mean, a lot of people are, right? CRP's been pretty good. I still have issues with my CRP round 3, but hopefully those issues are gone in round 4. And my issue only seems to really affect like JWK switches, so like I guess it could be worse. I'll just use them on switches that aren't JWK. You got 3 sets and 3 more on the way? Holy crap. Oh, I need some music. I was like, why isn't the music playing? Guess you have to have your, you know, your headphones on for that. What was the issue? I think I showed you, didn't I? On my, I don't have them on a board right now, actually. On my JWK switches, the row 2, like the QWERTY row, on my CRP round 3, just flies off. Like, if you take your finger and you run it across, like, if you just were to tap the keycap and run your finger across on the QWERTY row, at least half the keys fly off. And the other one's really not too far behind. It's only that row, too. The rest of them, like, kind of fit snugly, but they fit super loose on JWK on row 2 for whatever reason. So, yeah. I did test them with both Cherry and Gateron switches and didn't have any issues, though. So it was only with JWK. So that was kind of weird. It was very weird, yeah. Do I think they are good? Hold on, let me check those out. I have no idea what these are that you linked, I'm sorry. It's from Amazon, so I'm already scared. There's only $27. Are these like Taihao or something? I mean, chances are these are not going to be very high quality, but with that said, lower quality keycaps, especially the ones that are like PBT, which, yeah, these are, lower quality PBT keycaps tend to be like more textured. They tend to be like grainier. Like if you get a Taihao PBT set, it almost feels like sandpaper in a way. I don't like it, but I know some people do. So I wouldn't get those, but I mean, they're only $27, so like, you know, what's the worst that could happen, I suppose, right? I don't like rough textured keycaps, though. I prefer much smoother. Regardless of PBT or ABS, I prefer something much smoother. CRP are knockoffs. They're getting better, but it's not what it claims to be. The company that took over from claimed to have the original Cherry Dysa molds, and they don't. Oh, interesting. Who was CRP before? Was it BSP? Whatever happened to Imsto? Thanks, Harsha. Hope you have a good one, man. BSP? Okay. That's what I thought, but just wanted to make sure. Because a lot of people liked BSP sets, right? Like, no one really had an issue with BSP. I guess that was kind of before... I mean, that was a different time, right? Like, the community was so much smaller at that point. Yeah, Hammerworks. It was harder to know, like, back then, what all issues, like, were known. Because, like, people just didn't... There wasn't nearly as many people, and people just, like, didn't complain as much, I guess. I don't know. Now it's, like... Literally every product ever has a problem, and there's people, like, voicing, like, negative opinions about it. Like, you name a product, and there are people that are upset about it. Like, that's just, like, the way it is now. And it's kind of obnoxious. But I get everyone kind of just wants to search for perfection. You still get BSP sets from Regenerative? Really? Like, older BSP sets, or, like... Because... BSP got absolved, right, by Hammerworks or whatever? Not absolved, sorry, like absorbed into Hammerworks. Where's the best place to get keycaps? God, that's kind of a hard question these days, huh? I feel like there's quite a few places that sell keycaps now. Like, there's actually, like, in-stock PBT sets at, like, some vendors now, which is kind of different and new. Like, I know, like, Novel Keys and Canon Keys have, like, in-stock, like, PBT sets, I think. Kinetic Labs, I believe, has in-stock PBT sets. God, who else? Is it Dang Keys I'm thinking of? There's definitely... Help me out here, chat. Who else has in-stock key sets these days? Novel Keys, Omni-type, Canon Keys, Stock Keys, 3D Keeps. Omni-type has in-stock sets? Pimp My Keyboard, yeah, that's always a choice depending on what you're looking for. Project Keyboard? Project Keyboard doesn't have... Do they have sets in stock? Oh, just naming vendors in the US? Alright, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, a lot of vendors, like, a significant amount of them, run key sets. But, like, definitely not all of them have key sets in stock that you could just go to and buy. That's a much rarer thing, in my experience. You behind chat? Wasn't that far behind, right? Kono, yeah. I don't know. It's just that, like, most US vendors have run a key set, or, like, are planning to run a key set, or are currently running a key set. But I mean, I would still, just based on the question, I would separate group buy stuff versus in stock stuff. Because most vendors run group buy key sets, and not all of them actually just have key sets you can go buy. Where can I get a nice RGB board? Gosh. I don't even... Yeah, Amazon, I guess? I don't... You can get... If, like, RGB is, like, the only thing you, like, really need, then, I mean... I guess Amazon will probably have, like, a lot of options. They won't necessarily be, like, nice, but they'll have RGB. Check out Kono. Yeah, I mean, any of the, what is it, Hex Gears? Is that what they're called? The Hex Gears stuff on Kono, like, is not, like, ultra premium, epic, high-end keyboards, but, like, they're decent keyboards at a pretty reasonable price, and they're RGB, and I think several of them are, like, high profile, too, on Kono. So yeah, definitely worth a check out if that's what that kind of thing you're looking for. Alright, well we got some switches in here now. I'm gonna check the pins and the orientation, and we can get on with some soldering. Why do I get the feeling that once I finish this, I'm gonna want to put GMK Perestroika on here? I was not intending to put Perestroika on here. But now I kind of just want to use it. I'll be honest with you guys. I kind of just want to put it on the board right now. I think it'll look better on the beige Saturn 60 though than it will on this board. Alright, things are looking good. If I get hot swap, I don't need to solder, right? That is correct. Yes. Diego said BSP is the manufacturer for the blank PVT keycaps that Hammerworks used to make. The CRP used to made the CRP keycaps. Hammerworks only do the die sub. Oh, okay. Oh, so BSP still exists. They just don't manufacture caps for Hammerworks CRP. Hammerworks just does it all themselves now. Okay. So really there's not... Is there even really any correlation to BSP these days? I mean, if they're not supplying the keycaps and they're not doing the die sub, then BSP really has no connection. So expensive. The Kono 84? Is it? Is that expensive to you? If that's expensive to you, I think you might be in the wrong hobby. And I mean that with all due respect. But the Kono 84, while it's not like a super premium board, it is like only $65. I actually have one over here too. I still need to use it. Yo, what's up, man? Nice PCB there. We slathered your PCB with flux? Oh my gosh. I mean, I have some flux. I could do that, but this PCB's already been used a few times, so like there's already kind of flux all over it anyways. How is $65 cheap? $65 is pretty cheap. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you, man. $65 is not a very expensive keyboard. I mean, this configuration that I'm building today is like probably upwards of like 4 or 5 times that. Dutchmaster is rating as well. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Dutchmaster. We're getting rated today, guys. What the heck? My gosh. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome, raiders. Oh, you read it at 649? Oh man, that would certainly not be worth it. Yeah. Dutch raid, mad respect, bro. Hopefully your stream went well, man. All right, let's get ready to solder this, shall we? Yes. What do you guys think of that color matching? Do you guys think that would work together? What do you guys think? Loop some Epsi switches? Oh, the Epsilon switches, right? I haven't tried those yet, but I definitely need to. I've heard some good things about them. I mean, they're basically like a long pull lavender, right? If I'm not mistaken, but different color, obviously. Because I'm all about the lavenders, and I like long pull switches as well. Yeah, the WT60 PCBs are nuts. They're so good, man. Like, this board has probably been... This PCB alone has probably been resoldered, like, 3 or 4 times, and, like, the pads are all still perfect. No issues whatsoever. QMK via USB-C. flex cuts. What more can you ask for? Plus, it looks great, and it was designed by Wilba. I think the cream is a better idea, but I want to see it used. That's fair. I absolutely think that the beige Saturn 60 will be a much better look for Perestroika, personally. I need someone to talk me out of it, right? Because like I don't want to use Perestroika on the board. Like I do, just because I want to use it, but I don't want to because I think it will be a better home elsewhere. All right, let me throw down a bit of a soldering mat here. Everyone still doing all right? Everyone having a good day? Still got this lovely glass of whiskey here I've been working on. Don't use it here. Okay, Ned. I'm gonna stay strong. I'm gonna hold off on using Perestroika for now. We'll use it next stream. What caps are you using? I don't know what I'm gonna use yet. I honestly don't. It'll probably be, and this is going to sound crazy, but to anyone that remembers how this Fjell used to be will understand why. But I might use GMK Cafe, which I know is going to seem really out of the ordinary. You should have us vote. I usually do have chat vote. I don't know if to say usually, but I often have chat vote if I have like a bunch of options I want to try. Usually I'll let chat decide. So chat might vote as well. Let me finish soldering this and get this kind of finished off and ready for keycaps, and then we'll talk about it. Right? We'll pick out a couple sets. Maybe I'll put it to a vote. Maybe I won't. We'll see. Set votes take too long. Yeah. Well, the problem I have with set votes also is like we don't really have like a huge viewer count, and like we rarely do. So like I'll put up a poll and like 6 people will vote on it, and it's just like 3 different sets will all have 2 votes, and I'm just like, well, okay, that was pointless. There's not enough people voting on the polls that I put up, so it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't really seem worth it. Nines probably would look super nice too. I don't have 9s though. I got it in the original group buy, but then I wound up selling it. But we'll see. We'll see. If I come up with a few sets that I want to put on it, I need to look through my my big box of key sets, basically. And if I find a couple things I want to put on there, maybe we'll put it to a poll. So we'll see. We will see. Now's a great time to ask any questions. If you guys have any questions about this build or other keyboards or non-keyboard stuff, feel free to ask away. Don't hesitate. I try to be an open book. Stormy Steph, good evening to you as well. How you doing today? Do the Orthos 75? Is that a board? I don't own one of those. Looking to buy my first soldering iron. Any suggestions? So I think this is the point where I think like most other streamers would like recommend you something like the Hako FX888D or like the TS100 that I'm using right now. And I think suggestions like that are fine, but I think the question you need to ask yourself first is like how long do you want to be in this hobby, and like how much do you plan on like using a soldering iron, right? Because you know, I'm not going to presume that you're rich or that you have like a ton of money, but I feel like unless you're going to be using it like a decent amount, it's probably not worth investing in something like a little bit more expensive. If you're just going to build like one board or like two boards and you know that's all you're going to do, I would just buy like whatever the cheapest thing you can get on Amazon is. Yeah, so like how much you want to spend is like really how much you want to spend, and like your use case is really important in my eyes, because like I wouldn't want to see you buy like a $100 or $200 or $300 soldering iron and then use it once and then never use it again. I feel like that's just really bad value. My first board my first 2 or 3 boards I built with just like a $20 Amazon soldering kit that came with like a desolder pump and like a couple other like small things. But then I realized I was going to be in the hobby for quite a while, and I decided to invest in something more. And I mean, it's been a few irons for me, but now I'm using the TS100, which is pretty good. You're planning on building at least 5 boards. Well, I mean, if you don't mind spending like upwards of $100 or more, I would definitely say you could look at something like the TS100, which is pretty popular. There's a like a more like mobile version, I guess. I think it's called the TS80 that some people like as well. The Hako one is really popular. The FX888D, I believe it's called. I mean, if you just want to ball out and like you have a ton of money to spend, pretty much anything from pace is going to be really good. Yeah, Nebula just linked the Weller LC100, I think it is, WLC100. Yeah, that's totally fine too. A lot of the ones from Weller are pretty good, as far as like budget ones go. The only problem I have about ones like this is like you don't really have a very good like temperature gauge. Like it's just like settings like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I prefer to have a little bit more control than that, but like again, it's not like a huge deal breaker. You would still be able to totally solder with stuff like that. I haven't seen this one yet. The WE101, no, sorry, the WE1010NA by Weller. I haven't seen this one yet, but that seems pretty nice, pretty reasonable. Comes with a little nice temperature control there. See, I like stuff like this. That looks nice. It's very simple. There's not a ton of buttons. You have everything you need. I like simple but efficient soldering setups. Yeah, digital temp controls, very, very helpful. That's what I have. It's from a legendary line of Weller irons. Nice. Yeah. A lot of people like Weller. I got nothing against Weller. Been happy with the SS02 desoldering. Yeah, I mean, as far as like desoldering hand pumps go, the Engineer SS02 is pretty good. But man, once you get like an actual like desoldering gun, it's like a totally different story, man. You can just like desolder a board in like 5 to 10 minutes or less. TS100. Yeah, a lot of people like the TS100. That's what I'm using here. It's, you know, it's pretty compact, gets the job done. You have a choice of a bunch of different tips. The only problem I have really with the TS100 is, you know, the power brick is like even bigger than the iron, and it's like 3 times as heavy. So I mean, the wire, the cord, the cable, whatever you want to call it, is a little obnoxious to work around. But aside from that, I mean, it's pretty good. Comes down to preference on irons. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. At the same time, I feel like, you know, a lot of us like to split hairs and you know, find all these minute ups and downs to this and that, but the reality is like almost any soldering iron is gonna work for you. Like, that's just the reality. Like, even the cheapest ones like will probably be like more or less fine. That scotch is good. Just got a FR301. Nice. And I bet you'll never look back either. After you desolder like with a hand pump and then you move to like an FR301, it's just like a completely different story. It almost makes you look forward to desoldering just because it's so freaking easy. This PCB, this poor PCB has seen so much use. Hopefully this is the last time I have to rebuild you, my friend. I have high hopes for this one. Redeemed hydrate. Alright. We hydro homies out here, guys. Always have water on hand. I usually go through with a lot of it throughout the day. I wish the 301 wasn't so expensive. Yeah. You don't buy the 301 because you need to desolder 1 or 2 boards. You buy the 301 because you know you're going to be in this hobby for years and you're probably going to wind up desoldering 10 or 20 or 50 boards or 100 boards. I've probably done at least 100 desolders with this thing, at least. Do you guys use the fume extraction fans? I think I will get one just because I'm paranoid, but was wondering if I was being a little extra. No, people actually use those. I'm a bad streamer. I'm a bad keyboard builder. I don't use a desoldering fan. I totally should. I have a window open and I have a little bit of a cross breeze going through, but yes, definitely invest in a fume extractor of some sort. I do the patented technique of breathing in before you solder and then breathing out as you solder, so you like push the fumes away and they kind of just get like pushed out my window over here. But yes, if you can afford a fume extractor, I absolutely highly suggest getting one, and I should as well. Great questions today, by the way, guys. I always love seeing kind of like more basic questions in chat that are, you know, from people that are kind of just getting into the hobby. Because it's really easy to get crappy answers from a lot of those, to be honest. Has the stream been having any issues? Has it been pretty smooth for everyone? OBS hasn't yelled at me in a while, so I'm hoping it's okay. I'm still kind of paranoid about whatever the heck was going on with Twitch or my internet. Yeah, they're not very pricey, yeah. Definitely something nice to have. I just keep freaking forgetting to do it. I should definitely get one as well, though. If you're only going to solder once, then is there a point to buying the iron? If so, then the ventilator is also worth getting. Just do it on your balcony. Oh, I mean, yeah. If you're gonna do it like on outside and there's like, you know, a breeze going, probably don't have to worry about the fume extractor too much. But if you plan on like desoldering inside, then definitely recommend. I personally mil-max my boards. Some people do. I'm not a big fan of the mil-max sockets personally, but they seem to be pretty beneficial for some people. You're a heathen. Aren't we all, though? You know, of course, if you don't want to solder, or you're only going to build like 1 or 2 boards, there are other options, right? There's a lot of hot swap options on the market these days. Mil-maxing is another one. Or what you could do is you could just find someone to build the board for you. A lot of people offer build services these days. Some of them even for free. So you know, you can always track people down. A lot of like lower viewer count build streamers will often offer, you know, cheap or, you know, free build services. I've been seeing that quite a bit lately. Though, you know, you have to factor in the cost of shipping, and once you kind of ship a product like 2 ways, it often, you know, results in the same amount of money as like, you know, a cheap soldering iron anyways. So that's probably just more recommended for people that like straight up don't want to solder, don't want to learn how to solder, are afraid to solder, things like that. I want to learn to solder because I feel like with hot swap I won't have really built my board. I kind of just want to take your. That's like some of the best. That's like the best way you could look at that situation, right? Because that's like this is a very split opinion in the hobby as well, right? Like if you have a hot swap board, like are you really building? And I totally agree, right? Like at the end of the day, like you could still have complete results, a complete keyboard either way. But like when you solder and you do stuff like this, it's like it's more DIY, right? Like it's a lot more, you know, invasive, and you know that can be really good or really bad depending on who you are. But I totally feel you, right? Like you want to tinker, you want to feel like the board is yours, it's personal. You put your, you know, blood, sweat, and tears into it. I mean, probably not, but you know what I mean. And I totally agree. And like Celestial Sour Cream says, I love that username. Keyboards got me into soldering, and I actually enjoy the process a lot now. It's strangely rewarding and therapeutic. Totally true for a lot of people. It's just like lubing switches, right? Some people find lubing switches very like therapeutic. I used to, not so much anymore, but you know, there's a lot to enjoy about this hobby, and a lot of it is just, you know, very tedious, very minor things that are just, you know, it's just like tinkering, like you said, right? And some people are totally cool with that, and some people don't really care, but I mean, this hobby definitely rewards tinkerers, I think. The more you tinker, the better off you'll probably be, honestly, and the more you'll learn. A lot of people like to gatekeep hot swap. Yeah, that's very true. Hot swap is cheaper? What? Not usually. Unless you're buying like a very cheap board that already has hot swap as a feature. Because obviously there's stuff like the original GMMK, which I think was I can't remember how cheap it was, but I think it was like 40 or 50 or 60 bucks, and there was the Team Wolf board that was hot swap that was also like $40. Like, there are very inexpensive hot swap boards, but I wouldn't call them like good or high quality, right? Like, you're basically just paying for that one feature, and like the rest of the board is like nothing, generally speaking. Oh, excuse me, guys. Allergies are always a thing this time of year for me. Yeah, no, totally. Like, if you build something that's like more personal, more DIY, like you put more effort into it, chances are you're going to enjoy the result more. Like, I think that's probably true for a lot of people. Like, some people probably don't care, honestly, but like for a lot of people, I would say that, you know, actually like fully soldering and assembling a board is like way more rewarding, even like after you finish the build, than you know, just like getting in a hot swap keyboard and like putting switches in and putting caps on, and like that's it, right? Not that I think there's anything wrong with that, but like, you're not going to get that same level of like self-satisfaction of like, I just soldered my board, you know, I just lubed my switches. Like, that's another one, too. Soldering is one thing, but the first time you, like, really successfully lube a batch of switches is, like, a milestone in the keyboard community, as far as I'm concerned. Can I see the board? I love red boards. Oh yeah, sure. I'll be able to show it off more once I finish soldering here. Actually, sorry. Give me a minute. Let me finish soldering. It's only gonna take me a second to wrap up here. Then I'm gonna get rid of this disgusting soldering mat so I can show off the board a little bit more as it deserves, at least. Which day of the week is regular Top Clack with you and Jay? That's a fantastic question. And unfortunately, right now, it's kind of just up in the air. We haven't really been able to stream because a lot has been going on in my life. And I don't mean, like, just mental health reasons. I mean, like, I'm moving this month. Like, I'm going to be starting packing, like, tomorrow, basically. or the next day. And I'm actually starting a new job as well, so I've been learning that. And some other stuff as well. So I've had a lot of like real life stuff going on. So like it's just I haven't really had like the time or energy to commit to streaming on Fridays right now. And like I'm not really sure like what my internet situation is gonna look like over the next like month or two. So right now it's kind of just like up in the air. It's not like canceled or anything. We do plan on doing the streams again, but right now I just don't have a good answer. Right now, all I can do is, like, these Monday streams, and, like, this might be the last one, or next Monday might be the last one for, like, a little bit. So, until I can, like, get settled into a place, and I know I'm going to have good, stable internet, and I'm going to have everything I need, streaming is just going to be kind of put on the back burner for, you know, an amount of time. Could be a week, could be 2 weeks, it could be a month or two, I don't know. That's just the reality. My life is just very crazy and hectic right now, and hopefully once it settles down, I'll be able to do a lot more streaming. But yeah, that's a great question, and I wish I had a really good answer for that, but I'm sorry. I'm streaming when I can right now, and that's all I can really do, unfortunately. I know a lot of people kind of miss the episodes with Jay, and I do as well. Hopefully it won't be very long of a wait. Alright, almost done soldering here, guys. Quakums, when I push the keycaps down hard on my devastating TKL with FR4 plate, I hear a nasty crunch sound. Why do you think? Is that like normal typing? Or, yeah, I guess Nebulid's got some follow-up questions, which are good. Are you typing normally, or are you just like trying to press down as hard as you can on it? Not normal. Hard pressure? It's probably just the FR4 like beginning to splinter a little bit, because I mean it's fiberglass, right? So like, you know, if you put enough pressure on it, you're going to start like getting micro fractures and cracks and stuff in it. So it's probably that. I would advise not to do that personally, but yeah, I mean that's kind of gonna happen. It's gonna happen with other materials too. If you just start like pressing really hard with them, you're gonna hear things you know, start to crack and fissure a little bit. That's most likely what it is, at least I would assume. Okay, so I got everything soldered up here, looking pretty good. I'm gonna confidently unplug my soldering iron, as if I have no touching up to do, hopefully. Confidence. I hear that's the key. Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't know for sure, because I don't have the board here, but that would be my guess, at least. Kindian. I mean, I gotta be. I've done it too. I've had that same kind of issue where like you want to test like some flex on the board, and like maybe you push down a little harder than you normally would, you know, just versus typing. But you know, sometimes there's sounds associated with that. You know, it's just the way it is. Oh man, I missed a sub. I'm so sorry. Dotnik MK. I don't know if you're still here. Thank you so much for the sub, man. Subiversary. That's right. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the sub. And thank you to all of you new followers as well. Really appreciate it, guys. We had a couple raids today, which really helped, especially earlier on. still haven't finished this glass of whiskey, and I'm like an hour and a half into the stream. Anyone know what was the Animal Crossing remix just now, the previous track? Oh, if you use the music command, !music, it brings you to a playlist that I listen to on YouTube. This is a Game Chops playlist. It's called Video Game Study Lounge or something like that. And it has lots of tracks from Animal Crossing and lots of other video games. It's like all video game music. But as far as that Animal Crossing track, I don't know the name of it, but that one pops up like at least once a day, I would say, if not more. So like if you listen to it for a while, like you'll find it again. There's numerous Animal Crossing tracks on here. So unfortunately I can't tell you exactly. Oh wait, I guess I can scroll back, right? Yeah, I guess I can just outplay the system a bit. It's the 2 AM remix by DJ Cutman and Glitch City. 2 AM. Scrolling back on a live stream. Just YouTube live stream things. Can't do that on Twitch, I don't think. At least not in the same way. Oh yeah, we gotta show off the case. Someone asked about that. I'm terribly sorry. Here is the case. And I tried to adjust the lighting to get it pretty close to what it is in real life. I said it a pretty good job. It's like ever so slightly darker in real life, but this is still like a pretty good indication of the color. Ultra Hot. So it is an electrophoresis coating. Feels fantastic. Looks really nice too. And it really is like a very vibrant, like reddish pink or pinkish red or however you want to look at it. I'm colorblind. Don't listen to me on colors, but this is definitely in my top 2 or 3 favorite colors in the community. Oh hey, look, we have another 2 AM remix. This is a different one though. This is the better one, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, if you like that kind of thing, definitely listen to this playlist because it's just phenomenal. Very nice green. Does this look green to you? Are you trolling me? P.O., please. Please! Yeah, but how does that look, right? The creams on the cherry wood. Such a vibrant green. Oh my god. You guys. You guys. Okay. So first things first. Let's go ahead and test this real quick and make sure all the keys work. You know, of course they do because I don't ever make mistakes. But obviously, right? Alright, let's see. Let's see if I made any mistakes here. Hi, Dotnik. Thank you so much for the sub earlier, man. Appreciate it, my dude. How you doing? I'm still concerned for your layout choices. Don't be such an elitist, man. Come on. There's nothing wrong with this. You don't like full backspace? Like, is it really that much of a problem? Come on. I like split backspace as much as the next guy. I really do. Alright, everything registers. Cool. I like split backspace as much as the next guy. I really do. But I don't think every single board needs it. And I like to kind of... I mix up my layout choice, at least in like the 60, 65, 75% realm, as much as I like to mix up my switches and stuff. So I don't like to just do the same thing over and over again like a lot of other people do. I like a little variety. Neb gatekeep and layouts. That's what I'm saying, man. Come on. J-Chef, you gotta sort this guy out for me. Come on. Daddy Quakeums. What's up, Noxygen? How you doing, man? Working hard instead of hardly working. I feel you, man. I feel you. You're using a board that I once said had the worst layout I've ever seen. What board is it? Now you have me curious. And when did I say that? Because I'm a changed man, all right. I've been in this hobby long enough to not be the same person. That's how long I've been in this hobby. What's in the Glencairn? This is... Oh, thank you for asking. I'm about to have a second glass of this maybe before the stream ends. So I've been very slowly going through this first one. This is Old Pulteney, sorry. Old Pulteney. I believe is how it's pronounced. I'm not Scottish, so I don't know the inflections perfectly. But it's a single malt, aged 12 years. This is the first time I've had it, and it was a present from the same person that sent me this lovely new plate that we're using today, Trilobite. That's the company name, I believe. They haven't really released much yet, just some prototypes that are being worked on, but this is one of them. Very, very interesting stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this in the case, and then we can consider our keycap destiny. HHKB. Oh, the E6.5? Well, yeah. The block... I think the layout itself is, like, fine, right? Like, functionally it's fine, but it's so odd to have a 0.25U blocker. With that said, I'm sure I could use the board. The Maritime Malt. So salty. There you go. The Maritime Malt. It is quite lovely, I'll give you that. Little bit of the sea. Should try some Talisker or how do you pronounce the second one? I never know. I feel like whenever I attempt to pronounce it, I sound like a complete moron. I don't know how it's supposed to be phonetically. Making a TK with a 4U blocker on the right since I never use those keys. Wow, really? That's pretty excessive. All right, Neb, I'll look at this. I mean, the layout is fine. Like where keys are, it's fine. I think the blocker is a little funky, but like the layout is like fairly normal. Aside from that, it wouldn't be my choice on that board, but I think it's fine. It just looks kind of goofy to me. Glad you like it. Would have been surprised if you didn't. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess I would have been surprised too. It's very off. I treat whiskey like I treat keyboards, in the sense of like, I'm not so critical and elitist that I think like only 1 or 2 or 3 things are good and everything else is crap. I feel like I'm pretty open-minded with my approach to it, and like, I've found very few whiskeys that I probably like wouldn't drink again. Especially like once you kind of reach that like mid-tier price range. I feel like most of the offerings tend to be like at least pretty good. And I think keyboards is kind of the same, right? Like very few keyboards like really suck, I think. Especially if you're like in that like mid-tier or high-end pricing, like very few things are like genuinely bad, as much as a lot of other, you know, content creators or enthusiasts might want you to believe, right? It's all about like who can bash on what board and like what's wrong with this and that, and like this striving for perfection that I think kind of makes the community suffer a little bit. It's like impossible for so many people to just enjoy the products and enjoy the hobby these days. There has to be like so much more to it now. Electrophoresis, yeah, it's e-coating. Does look pretty nice. I freaking love this color so much. Okay, so we have a couple screws here, and we also have some O-rings that we're going to put down to just sort of simulate a bit of a gasket approach. Obviously, it won't be exactly the same, but should be pretty good still. Low-key makes me think of Pokemon. There's Pokemon on this playlist. This is absolutely a Final Fantasy track, though. Yeah, this is from Final Fantasy VII. Oh, and looking at the bottom? You mean this? This makes you think of Pokemon? Really? Maybe I don't know enough about Pokemon to understand the connection with the case. Okay, so here we go, guys. Go ahead and put a couple of these O-rings down. I almost wonder if there's an easier way to do this, but I think for now I'm just going to kind of put these down and set the plate on top, and hopefully it'll work that way. It just does. That's fair. I mean, you don't really need a reason, I guess. Alright, we're all lined up there. This is gonna hopefully go over pretty well. I'll try to do this somewhat gently here. Alright, I think we are good. All of them are still there. Cool. I was not expecting that to work out on the first try. One style of text boxes looks just like the bottom. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That's a good reason. Okay, I'm just gonna very mildly screw in a couple of these, and I'm gonna adjust the orientation just a little bit. Sorry if my head's in the way, guys. I need like a top-down view for what I'm working on here. It'll only be a second. And by a second, I mean several seconds. That's pretty close. Almost there. That looks pretty good. Yes, that looks good. I'm gonna keep with that. Alright, and we're still lined up on both sides. Fantastic. Smooth sailing, ladies and gentlemen. Your about page is messed up at the end? Is it? I wouldn't be surprised. Tighten these ones up too a little bit. Try my best not to over tighten these. Just more finger tight. My about page? What do you mean on Twitch? Because that's not surprising, at least. Oh, I see. It's like the HTML or whatever. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, it was... I think I put a heart there or something, like a less than 3. But obviously that doesn't necessarily always translate onto a website. Supposed to be text encoding error? Yeah. Oh well. It happens. I'll try to fix that. Alright, so I think we're pretty much good to go on keycaps. We tested it, everything works. We got the O-rings on there. We got it just about finger tight. Now we can consider the keycaps. As I pour a little bit more whiskey. Not trying to go crazy here, but a second glass probably wouldn't hurt. Glass and a half. Cheers to you guys. Now to decide on what keycaps we're going with. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not sure what options I'm gonna even put up as available here. I think Cafe is my front runner for a couple reasons, and at least one of them is very sentimental for me. So that's my front runner. But I'm gonna, for the sake of you guys, someone was talking about voting on a poll. Let me give a brief look around before we decide. I'm still here, guys. Don't worry. I had Honeywell on there before. I like Honeywell on there, but I think for the sake of this stream, I don't want to use Honeywell. So we'll narrow it down to these 4 options. I'll set up a poll. Do I have any mods in chat right now? Any mods avail that can make a poll for me, please? I feel like I had like 4 mods at the beginning, but that tends to trickle out as the stream goes on. I don't want to grab another keyboard to make a poll. Nightbot is a mod. That's fair. Probably no more mods in chat. Feels bad, man. All right, let me make a quick poll. These will probably be the 4 options, though. Sag, I know, right? Noxygen for moderator, obviously. All right, let me make a quick poll here. All right, what do we got? So we got GMK Cafe because reasons. Too many characters. Oops. All right, we got Cafe. We got GMK Yugo. We got GMK 9009 round 3. We have GMK, what is this, Bingsu? How is that not on a board already? What the heck? GMK Bingsu, which is kind of an outlier, but you know, maybe an underdog. Who knows? Duration, we'll do 5 minutes. A 5-minute poll. Start poll. There we go. All right, so the poll's up there, guys. Should be on Twitch right there at the top of your chat. But I'll leave that poll up for about 5 minutes, and you guys can look at that. So there you go, guys. There's your 3 key set options. It's buffering a lot. Darn it. But it's back. What is going on? I want to blame Twitch, but I don't know. I don't know what else it could be. Is it still messed up for everyone? Am I still a slideshow? Blame Neb, he's too powerful. Okay, I blame Neb. What is going on? Is my internet just having issues today? I don't know. Is it still messed up, guys? What the heck? Am I back? You guys see me now? Can you hear me now? Good for you now? Can anyone else confirm? How is the stream right now? Still lagging? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Is it a slideshow? My gosh. Alright, can you... Yes? No? Good? Yup? You can't hear or see me? What is happening? So wait, are we... OBS says I'm good. Am I good? Type 1 in chat if I'm good. 1 in chat. Working fine for you now? Okay. Literally all I did was I closed the poll window. And apparently that's good enough? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. My internet seems fine. Everything on my end seems like fine. So I'm not really sure. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but that time it seemed to be fixed by just closing one window. Anyways. Sorry about that, guys. For that to happen a second time in a stream is really, really, really unfortunate. Hopefully that isn't something that continues. I either blame Twitch or I blame Comcast. I think I'd rather blame Comcast this time because I feel like it's more likely like my internet connection than anything else. My CPU usage hasn't really gone above like 65%. So I don't really know what's going on. Anyways, if I'm good now and everyone's still here, we're good. We're doing the keycap poll right now. We just finished it up. Should I even run? I should run it again, right? Should I run it again? I don't know. Yugo won. Like, only a handful of people voted on it, but Yugo won. And I don't know if the what you call it messed anything up, like all the stream issues. Poll window probably has good encoding as League of Legends. I opened the window for the poll, and like that's when I started having issues, and closing it seemed to fix it, which is I guess just that one tab was far too strong. Hydrate, you got it, man. You got it. Good to see you, Yak Bats. Hey yo to you as well. Sorry you came in at a time where the stream is experiencing lots of issues, but alright, it looks like Yugo won. Yugo won by a lot, so we'll use Yugo. I thought I had Bingsu on a board already. Apparently I gotta put that on something. And we'll use Perestroika on the beige Saturn 60 once I get that built. Which will be whatever the next build stream is, which could actually be this week. It might actually be before next Monday, depending on how my packing and stuff goes. Yugo for sure, yeah. Yugo was the winner, so that's what we'll go with here. We could even consider some accents here. I'll put those aside. We can consider those. Accents for sure. Okay, we'll test them out later. We'll probably go with them though. I think you're right. I think the accents could work pretty well here. But for the sake of this, let's at least start without accents and see how we like it. Then we'll move on. Speaking of awesome kits, got Nautilus round 1 in Solarized Dark, and no clue what boards to even put them on. First world problems. That is first world problems. Nautilus round 1 in Solarized Dark. Nautilus round 1 was crazy because that was like the first GMK set that achieved like a $100 base kit, and it was like a pretty decent base kit too. Oh wait, hold on. I need to look up where some of these keys go. I forgot. This key set actually is kind of different. It doesn't have legend support for Onzi that we're using, so I need to remember to look at where these keys go. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Therapeutic Thursday stream? Oh, that's not a bad idea. Celestial Sour Cream coming up with the plays. Therapeutic Thursday. I like it. I like it. Oh, I got this right. Okay, that does still go there. No accent, gang. Love that you go stuck on the theme. Oh yeah, this is good stuff, man. It's good stuff. All right, this actually goes here. Yeah, so this is legend-wise. This is a little different. That's why I'm gonna. It's gonna take me a second here. I'm gonna be struggling with it just a little bit. Okay, this goes there. I think that goes there. This goes here. It's a quartz layout as well. This goes here. It takes huge brain power to put this set on a keyboard. For me, on an ONSI keyboard. Decent flex on this board. How you liking that mouse? Oh, I like it quite a bit actually. The Razer. What the heck is this? This is like the Viper Ultimate. It's pretty nice. I really wanted to get like a wireless mouse. I've wanted to get one for a while. It's just taken me a long time. But I like it quite a bit so far, to be honest with you. Oh, okay, this would go here if I didn't use escape. Got it. Okay. I was really trying to figure out where that one went. This built with just the 4 trays on the edge. Yeah, just the 4 posts here, not using either of the middle posts. That sounded pretty good so far. Okay, this would go here if we were using ISO enter. That's where that goes. If we were using ISO enter. This goes up here. Oh, quartz. That's right, not there. It's not QWERTY, it's QWERTZ. Y goes down here. Alright, we're getting there. Alright, we got it. We have accents as well. What do you guys think? Accents? Do Dvorak instead? I mean, this set doesn't really physically support it. It would go in the upper right corner if you had the Cool Kids layout. Yeah. Not my fault, you're just obsessed with one layout and one layout only. Everyone doing alright still? Cheers to you guys. Okay. I kind of like the way this looks now, to be honest with you. But accents could be good too. While they're obviously not a perfect one-to-one match in color, I do think it's actually kind of closer than you might expect. The accent color looks close to the case on camera. Are they really that close in person? I would say they're pretty close. Like, you can definitely notice a difference, but, like, I do think it could totally work. We'll throw some accents on. See what you guys think. And now for something that doesn't match at all, my wrist rest. So what do you guys think? Accents? Change my mind to no accents? Fair enough. The accents look awesome. Wait, no, I like it without. Wow, you guys are back and forth. Type 1 in the chat for no accents. 2 for accents. 1 for no accents. 2 for accents. What do you guys think? While you guys decide if I'm using accents or not, I'm gonna do a quick typing test on this so you guys can kind of hear what we've worked on today. Communism intensifies. Alright, 1 for no accents, 2 for accents. Oh man, it's like, it's kind of quiet, but it's also very, like, a very unique depth of sound. PSD looks off. That S is lower than the other keys, like we do the accent thingy on top. Interesting. Yeah. Well, this is... Yeah, it's a little different. A little different, right? Because these aren't necessarily, like, S and D. Like, these are S and D, but, like, those are... I don't know, like, the language, so, like... I'm not even going to try to justify this. This is just, we're going for physical compatibility here, which we've achieved. Alright, everyone wants it without accents. What the heck? Okay. Alright. We'll roll without them. I tend to be a no accent guy, a no accent Ned, as I'm going to start calling it. Music is on? Yeah, I'll pause it, don't worry. We pause it for the typing tests. One final sip of this old Pulteney. before a typing test? Hey, don't worry, guys. You talked me into it. We took the accents off. We're good. Okay. Let's go here. Little pre-typing stretch. Build up the suspense a bit. Disclaimer, my microphone is not amazing, and it's definitely not the greatest as far as typing test goes, but hopefully this will at least give you, like, a little bit of an idea. But don't take it completely, right? Take it with a grain of salt, as usual. That goes for any time you hear me type on a keyboard on a stream. Always. You're drinking again? No. I mean, technically, yes, I am drinking, but I'm not, like, drinking. This will probably be, like, a 2 glass a month sort of thing. This was a present. And, I feel like I should at least have a glass during the stream. But no, I'm not, like, actually drinking again. I don't think I ever would want to start drinking again, to be honest. Anyways. Back to the build. Flex. That's pretty nice, guys. The alphas in particular are just really crisp. As Zui so elegantly puts it. This makes me want to try this specific plate material on, like, non-tray mount boards too. Like, I wonder how this would be, like, even on just, like, a top mount. Because the plate material is kind of unique, honestly. I mean, it's really a little different than anything else I've tried. It's very soft and flexible. You know, not really too different from something like acrylic, or not acrylic, sorry, polycarbonate. It definitely has some softness, some give, and some flex, as you might be able to see on the camera. I never know how this works on stream, but in person it definitely bows down a bit towards the middle in terms of flex, especially down by the spacebar, since the posts are here and here. So you get a lot more open area with flex around here. Thank you so much for all the bits, man. Yeah, this came out pretty well, honestly. It's relatively quiet, but I kind of like that. It's kind of like, it has this, like, level of elegance to it. Oof. Nice, nice. Stretch, hydrate, and posture check? Oh my gosh. What a guy. What a guy. one by one. Are you just trying to fill up the Twitch chat? I appreciate it, man, but you don't have to do that. Oh, posture check definitely needed. Need some water as well. Thanks for the hydrate. It sounds really good. It does sound really good. It does sound really good. I appreciate the bits, man, but I want to be able to read the chat, too. But yeah, the sound actually came out pretty well on this. I think it might need a little bit more fine-tuning. The enter stab could use a very slight touch-up on the right side, which is not a problem. I can do that. Man, I almost want to put these two posts back in. It's still almost like too soft and too flexible down here. Not like in an it's a problem sort of thing, but more of like a... It feels a little less consistent with a 4-post compared to like the rest of the board, which feels like not rigid, but a little tighter. Whereas like down here, like you know there's like way more flex, like right here. Making sure you hydrate. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate all the Hydro homies around. GMK Hydro homie? I mean, GMK Hydro already exists. Could you call, maybe you call the second iteration Hydro homie? But yeah, this came out pretty well. Definitely a big step up from the previous iteration I had this built with. This is really nice. Might do a couple just small fine-tuning things, but overall, very happy with how this came out. I know I can get the enter and the space bar to be a little bit better. There's a bit of a reverb just because of the softness and the flexiness on the space bar, but it still sounds really clean. And then this needs just a slight touch up on the right side. Very nice though. Very, very kind of like deep and poppy. But also very kind of quiet. I'm into this. This is definitely not like any other board that I have. And that alone is like reason enough for me to want to use it and enjoy it. I missed my GMK Hydro. That was a sweet set, man. All right. Well, now it's time to wrap it up, guys. We've finished it. We've done it. Aside from some minor tweaks, which I'll take care of later, but I think the Fjell has finally reached where I want it to reach, which I couldn't say before, but now I can. Nice. Yeah, so I'll be using this throughout the next several days or a week, and the next time I stream, I'll check in and I'll give you a quick update on this and how it's going. As far as upcoming streams, the next stream will most likely feature these two things here. One being this lovely beige Saturn 60. There's a Titan 60 PCB there. This just came in. Very interesting board. It'll have a handle right here. It's also gasket mounted, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a very kind of modern take on a kind of older aesthetic here. But this should be a pretty unique and interesting build. And we'll almost certainly pair that with our newly acquired GMK Perestroika. So very, very, very looking forward to this. So that's what's coming up next. As far as what day I'm going to do it on, I'm not sure. Like I mentioned earlier on in the stream, I might actually have a lot of my stuff packed up by next Monday. So I might not be able to stream next Monday, but we'll see. If not, I want to do this before I move. I want to make this build done before I move. So if it's not next Monday, it'll be before. So it might be on, like, Sunday. Or maybe it'll be, like, tomorrow. Or maybe it'll be, like, Thursday. You'll know when I know. And when I know, I'll post in the Discord link below in the announcements channel. And then you guys can come check out and watch that. It probably won't be tomorrow. There's a high chance it'll be on Thursday. This coming Thursday, which is the, what is that, the 16th? Yeah, Thursday the 16th. That's, like, most likely what day I'm going to do it on. So keep that in mind. But if you join the Discord link below and you check out the announcements channel, you'll have a more up-to-date time on that. It's a fun board. Yeah. I hope it is. It seems like it'll be pretty fun. It's certainly a step aside from the norm, and I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, let me. We'll find someone to raid here. I think. Who are we gonna raid today, guys? Stick around for the raid, please, and then we can go over there and say something nice. Then you guys can take off. That's all I ask. I ask you to stick around for a little bit, please, and go say some lovely things to some lovely people. All right, who is live right now? Who is live right now that doesn't have way more viewers? Manoli's live, Ariston's live, Vayar is live. Oh yeah, Keeb Noob is live. We rated Keeb Noob last week, didn't we? I think we rated Keeb Noob last week. Love Keeb Noob, love rating her, but I like to mix it up too. I think we rated her last week, so we'll raid Ariston this time. She's really awesome too. Thank you, J Chef. Appreciate that, man. Can you do it at 6? Wait, hold on. Can you do it at 6 p.m. and make Jay join and commentate for old time's sake of Thursday streams? Oh, man. That sounds like a terrible idea for Jay. Poor Jay. I think I'll pass on that. Alright, I'm going to queue up this raid here, folks. Alright, we're raiding here, guys. We're raiding. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Definitely join the Discord link below if you're interested in my kind of keyboard ventures, as it were, both mental health-wise and otherwise. But thank you all so much for sticking around. Definitely appreciate it. Let's go over and say some nice things during the raid. And yeah, really good times. Thank you guys so much for joining in today. I know a lot of you might have been new as well. Came in from a couple different raids today. Very much appreciate that. Love all you guys. Much love. You guys know I'm all about the positivity. Let's try to go spread some with this raid. All right, guys?